Ben Ramsey was an integral part of Notre Dame's 2024 championship. He proved to be one of, if not the best D-mid in the country, finishing the year as a first-team All-American. He appears on this channel nearly every time we do a Notre Dame video, so it's time for his own. He always plays his angles perfectly and can seal players with his crowbar check. People tend to forget that he came into South Bend as an offensive middie, so he also has elite skills in transition. He finished his 2024 season with 39 ground balls, further showing his skill set. Today I'm going to show what makes Ben Ramsey so good. Before we go any further, if you learn anything from these film breakdowns and want more, check the link in the description to get coached by the nation's best players starting June 15th. Athletes like Griffin Schutz, Richard Checo, and Brendan Staub could all be your coach. They will coach you on Zoom by analyzing your film and showing you how to improve. So many lacrosse players lack elite level of coaching and can't improve. These stars can fill that gap and make you a D1 player. Again, check the link in the description to get coached by the nation's best starting June 15th. Let's get back to the video. Here's our first clip.
We were in South Bend earlier this season when Faison had the entire football team out there to support Notre Dame lacrosse at Arlotta.
Yes, they stuck around too, and he was a little quiet in the first half, and then he had a behind-the-back goal.
Ramsey loves playing in a square stance on his coverages. He shuffles upfield to keep his left foot splitting his matchup's body, allowing him to deny topside. Once his matchup dodges though, he doesn't immediately start running. He stays in a shuffle because he wants to keep his hips square for as long as possible. This allows him to shift directions efficiently if his man tries to take topside. At a certain point he has to come into a run as his man accelerates. As his man gets to open space, Ramsey knows he has to make contact to deny this angle to the cage. Ramsey is able to jam his man downfield, forcing him to X. Watch how Ramsey stays in a trailing position as he follows his man behind the cage. This trail position gives him time to react to his matchup's change of direction. Even after he loses his balance and his man cuts back again, he still stays disciplined in a trail position, allowing him to deny this roll. Never feel your trail position is a disadvantage at X. Stay calm and be ready for the rollback, and if not, play your angles. Here's our next clip.
Ran out of an angle.
He's on!
Ramsey lines up dead square with his man behind the cage. In this position, I would say you can either play dead square like this, or shade their left side a little bit, knowing you have space to recover to the right. Ramsey is so athletic that he can play dead square in most positions and won't get beat. As his man cuts upfield, he's slightly trailing and it looks as though he might lose topside. To counteract this, Ramsey throws a crowbar, sending his man outwards. The crowbar is so powerful because it lets you get under your matchup's bottom arm, opening their body up in a vulnerable position. So many D-mids forget that they can use their stick and head to their advantage. While playing body is the #1 priority, you can mix in some crowbars and one-handed slaps to change up your game. Here's our next clip.
Pros down the road. The PLL. Zappatello, the 3rd overall pick in the PLL draft. A chance here for Maryland.
Ramsey gets dodged on at the top of the box by middie with a full head of steam. Ramsey gets caught flat-footed and his man takes the top side and barrels down the middle of the field. In this position though, most players would immediately go for a slap check right after they get beat and make it worse. Ramsey understands he can't make a difference at this point in the dodge. He knows that his man will have to expose his stick to shoot. So instead of throwing useless checks, he sprints after his man, waiting for the perfectly timed check. Right as his man winds up, Ramsey just throws a simple light slap and gets the ball out. Many times checks are more about the timing of it rather than the force, and this is an example. Here's our next clip.
Syracuse running with the All-American Ramsey. Syracuse got the step, got top side, rolls back. Nothing there. Erickson now, defended by Conlon. Syracuse dancing around the crease.
Ramsey gets dodged on in an attempt to put him in an invert situation. He stays in a slight trail position as he approaches this downfield pick, but he understands he needs to make contact to get over. He jams his man but finds himself in a very deep trail position now. To counteract this, he does two things. First, he switches hands. By playing defense with his left hand, he can seal the top side with the head of his stick. Second, he plays angles and cuts through the crease. All of this allows him to cut through and deny top side. When Urksa dodges on Conlon, watch how Ramsey sits back below the pick. This allows for Conlon to have space to get under it and gives Ramsey time and space to make a decision to switch or stay. Ramsey then stays patient and finishes his coverage. I'm super excited to watch Ramsey in his next year at Notre Dame. Thank you so much for watching. Check the link in the description if you want to get coached by the nation's best players starting June 15th. Don't forget to like and subscribe.